Trailing 4-3. First pitch from Jack Young is outside for a ball to Charlie Zacconi. Left-handed hitter. He holds the bat high above his head and kind of leans it forward a bit. The 1-0 is a called strike on the inside corner. You know, his swing path is, like a C probably, isn't it, through the zone?
It's that kind of traditional good-looking left-handed swing. Just drops it in there. I think Will Clark. And
1-1, ground ball up the middle. Seegers giving a chase after it. Makes a spinning throw to first and got him. What a play by Seegers at short.
Well done. And I guess that goes to your point. Infield a little bit slow. Seegers really got over there and got it. And then did a little spinorama, but threw it right on target to DeRiggi and got the out. Big first out.
Yeah, you think about that. Everything that has to happen the right way for Michael right there. Get to the ball, grab the ball, spin, locate your first baseman, and throw it. And he did all of those things to record the out.
I'm not sure there was any locating. I think it's just kind of, where it is, and you let it go on faith, and his internal radar was really good.
Young with a couple of balls to Noack to start his at-bat. He's their cleanup hitter.
0 for 1, but does have the sacrifice fly for an RBI.
2-0 pitch from Young. That is in there for a strike. 2-1. Throw strikes, make him put it in play. Trust your defense. 2-1 pitch, same spot, outside corner, 2-2. Look at the Iowa defenders on the left side playing really deep. So they're expecting if they get a ball over there that Noack must have got a pretty good piece of it. Otherwise, it's going to die before it gets to him. 2-2 is a slider outside.
Yeah, he's probably going to hit it hard, and it doesn't have a ton of speed, so you got a chance to come up and make a good, strong throw and get him.
Full count pitch from Young on its way home. Line drive into center. Hucksdorf sprinting forward. It'll drop in front of him for a base hit. Sixth hit of the game for UIC. That's a single to center. Got to say, just kind of impressed by their hitters. They're making good contact too. It's a tough formula with the walks, free bases, plus the good contact they've made lately.
Yeah, the Hawks haven't been able to get to 2 strikes, but haven't been able to miss the bats with 2 strikes. Just 2 strikeouts so far. Good first pitch strike there from Jack to Peterson, who's also 0 for 1.
Jack's dealing a hard fastball right now. Use a ground ball. Iowa's pinched up the middle defensively. No balls and a strike. Pitch is way outside. Ball 1. Not much of a lead over at first, so you don't really think that Noack's going anywhere.
No, and Peterson just 204. He's 0 for 3 stealing bases. So if you get that ground ball, you've got a chance to turn it here.
Soft throw over to first. Keep the runner close. I don't know how many times we'd have to do that today with that runner maybe a step and a half off the bag. Ball and a strike. Young looks in for the sign from Moss, and he's got it. Young teased by a seagull flying overhead. This one is driven to left. Big time trouble. That is a home run over the bullpen. And UIC leads it 6-3.
I was distracted by the runner actually stealing the base, and then the giant bird floating through, and maybe that was what got Jack as well, as that ball was just demolished.
Second home run of the year for Peterson. He got all that one over the wall in left. Iowa trailing by 3 in the bottom of the 4th.
Yeah, I don't know whether, maybe he just ambushed it and he kind of felt like he knew what was coming, and if it was in a zone, he was going to full attack, and he made no mistake and completely barreled that one up.
Well, Iowa's got their work cut out for him. Something's got to change momentum-wise here. Nagelbach is in the box. First pitch strike from Young. Jack's ready for the next one. Here it comes. Ground ball, sharply hit to Honar at second. He's got it. He'll throw it across to Derigi, 2 down.
I mean, it's just you've got to find a way to be the better team. You know, you're a Big Ten team that thinks you're going to go to a regional and compete. You can't just roll out and show up. I don't care if UIC's at the bottom of the valley. You've got to play with some energy and play with some fire. And it didn't look like Jack tried to throw a get-me-over fastball there. He just got the better of him. But the other stuff has been UIC's made a lot of solid contact tonight, not just the 6 hits.
Count is 2-0 now to.
Nope, called that a strike.
Oh, he did. 1-1. It's low and in, but take it on the corner.
No, he called on the.
Oh, he went around. Okay.
He said he went around.
UIC 6-3 in the 4th. 1-1 pitch from Young. Way outside, ball 2. I'm mainly focused the rest of the way now on the energy for the Hawkeyes.
Well, exactly, and we saw this in Game 1 on Friday, and you're seeing it a little bit now. I mean, you look through these batting averages. Good pitch there, and you've given up 6 hits in 3 2/3 innings. To a UIC team that hits reasonably well, but hits, 256 on the season, and like I said, you got a lot of 200. Good pitch there, just misses high. So you got a lot of low 200, sub 250 batting averages, and when you get behind, you jack those batting averages up.
There's a good pitch from Young. Catches the outside corner for the strikeout. He freezes Zielinski. And we'll get back to that thought in a second. Hawkeyes got to figure it out. Down 6-3 to UIC as we head to the top of the 5th. Let's get fired up and let's get back on the scoreboard. We're back after this. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
Ooh, got my nachos, got my big TV, and my favorite chair. It's game time. But the only thing that would make it a little better is if I could listen to my local broadcasters while watching the game.
Hello. You must have wished for your game to be synced with TV and radio.
I sure did.
Do you have a DVR?
You bet.
Do you have a streaming device?
Yeah.
Blammo! Your game is now synced. It's that easy.
Oh, boy.
To see if you can get synced, head to syncmygame.com from Learfield.
Syncmygame.com?
Syncmygame.com.
Hey everyone, I'm Mark Wahlberg, and I have some exciting news to share. At Wahlburgers, we are all about bringing the family together to enjoy a great meal and have a great time. That's why right now, for a limited time, kids eat free every day at all Hy-Vee Wahlburger locations. Kids 12 and under can enjoy one free kids meal with any purchase of an adult burger, sandwich, or entree salad.
Bring the family to Wahlburgers and the Wahlburgers and Hy-Vee stores, where right now, kids can eat free.
Now Iowa trailing UIC in the middle innings now. We're to the top of the 5th. Flames lead at 6-3. Iowa's offense, which you can usually count on for a few runs, they're going to need a few to tie it up, take the lead. Got a few innings to work with. Anthony, Derigi, and Huckstorf will lead off the 5th.
More importantly, somewhere the pitchers are going to have to find a way to get outs without giving up runs.
That's probably the main thing to avoid that Friday game against Minnesota, where they scored 7 in 1 inning and they had us down 7-3, and that was just kind of it, right? You can't have that happen here tonight.
Right. I mean, Hawks have given up 2 runs in 3 of the 4 innings, and so you've added up to 6. So somebody's going to have to come in and string together some outs here. Expected to see Kate Obermuller at some point.
First pitch to Keaton Anthony, swings and taps it foul.
I don't think we have a light in here either.
Yeah, we are in a
closet. Just
yes.
Call it what it is.
Yeah. I can barely turn and look at you, John.
I know, without our chairs banging together.
0-1 pitch, Anthony drives it to right field. It's carrying well, but it won't get out of here. It's caught by the right fielder for the first out. Yeah, the sun is set here and no longer a factor for the fielders. It's getting a little bit chillier. But, yeah, it's a nice press box. It's just very, very small.
Well, basically, it feels like they measured this desk chair and they multiplied it by 2, and that's how wide the room is.
Deriggy squares the bunt, and he bunted it right back to the pitcher.
The concept was great. The execution was poor.
There was nobody on the left side with the exception of the shortstop who was playing in his normal position. Everybody else was on the right side, so he tried to put it down the line. He put it right back to the pitcher.
Yeah, it's a great unselfish play because, a power hitting guy decides, hey, I'm gonna bunt for a base hit. Unfortunately, he missed the wide open grass.
Iowa down 6-3 in the top of the 5th. Here's Hucksdorf with 2 outs, bases empty. Kyle walked his last time up.
And this is another one of those guys you'd like to see get some pep in his step.
This one's low, 2-0. At any moment, Kyle can turn it on. Just sense maybe a little frustration in the box. Counts 2-0. The pitch on its way home. He went after that one. Slider to low and out. Swing and a miss, 2-1. Wind up in the pitch from Newton. That is just inside. Good pitch from him, but it was a ball, and Kyle didn't go after it.
I think Huck might have been a little surprised that wasn't a strike because he kind of gave the relaxed knee flex there.
3-1. Kyle swings and misses at that one. Maybe off the plate outside. Counts now full.
Yeah, he might have seen ball 5 right now, but that was a good pitch as he kind of threw it all the way through the zone and just dropped it out.
Full count pitch. Here it comes. Swing and a miss. Iowa goes down 1-2-3 in the 5th. Got to hold the Flames here with the bottom half coming up. 6-3, they lead it. We're back after this. Hawkeye baseball from Learfield.
At US Cellular, we believe in having healthy relationships with our phones so we can have better relationships with each other. Introducing US Mode, a way to set your phone for less distraction and deeper connection. So dinner can sound less like this and more like this.
What'd you learn today?
The sauropod was the tallest dinosaur ever.
Oh my goodness.
Visit US Cellular in-store or online and we'll help set your phone to US Mode, even if you're not a customer. US Cellular, the 5G network built for us. See uscellular.com for details.
When you're in the eastern Iowa area, be sure to visit and connect with the official local business partners of the Iowa Hawkeyes. The hotel at Kirkwood Center, Iowa's premier luxury hotel. The Jill Armstrong team with Skogman Realty, the area's premier realtor. And Options Exteriors, your preferred local roofing and exterior company. Handling all of your exterior needs from roofing, siding, windows, and gutters. They've got you covered. Providing free damage inspections and help filing insurance claims. Call 319-343-6376.
Bottom of the 5th inning, Iowa trailing UIC 6-3, just not going to plan today. The Hawkeyes going to the bullpen. They're going with Zach Volker. We talked with Coach Heller earlier today, and Coach didn't really mention Zach getting in the game today, but got to get him in there now.
Well, yeah, I guess it's the old adage. Everybody has a battle plan until Mike Tyson punches him in the face, and then the plan changes. And UIC's thrown the punches, and Iowa's had to change the battle plan. Volker making his 10th appearance on the season. He's 3-1, 4.79 ERA. Also has a save. 35 2/3 innings, 31 hits, 19 earned runs, 15 walks, and 29 strikeouts. Opponents hitting just .238 against Zach, and really probably need Zach to come in and almost do what he does on a lot of weekends. Give you maybe 2-3 innings of shutdown baseball, and give your offense enough chance to kind of dig their way back into it.
I'm pretty surprised that we're this deep into this game, and this is the way things are going right now. And that's not necessarily a knock on UIC. They've beaten Big Ten teams. They've been competitive. Just looking for a little life out of the Hawkeyes, and I'm surprised that it's going this way, to be honest.
I think that's the part probably that's a little more disappointing is just the overall energy. I mean, you've got. When Missouri State came in here, they went for 6, 19, and 12.
37 runs.
The midweek game last week was 20. Granted, UIC won, but they still gave up 20 runs. Had a little bit better luck against Murray State the week before, but Iowa's going to have to find it against the bullpen.
All right, so Volker's in. First pitch drifts outside for a ball. UIC 6-3 in the bottom of the fifth. Batter is Bissett. He's their DH. 1-0 is high and out, ball 2.
Unfortunately, not even close so far on the first 2 pitches, but Zach will find his way here.
Bissett singled in a run in the third. 2-0 pitch from Volker. That's high, ball 3.
I'm kind of enough superstition that I hope that closing the garage door there helps us out.
There's a strike on the up and in corner, 3-1. Yeah, I made a little change in the booth here for everybody. Close the window in front of us. 3 balls and a strike. The pitch from Volker. Outside into the backstop, ball 4.
He misses, really kind of threw 4 tough pitches there. That even the strike that was called was maybe a little high and got the call. So we'll need Zach to zoom in here as he gave up the leadoff walk.
We just really need a ground ball. A hard hit ground ball to one of the middle infielders.
Yeah, we need something. We need something easy, and just right now nothing's come that way, and we're zooming right back around to the top of the order here.
Here's Grimes. First pitch, he squared to bunt, had to pull it back as that one was up and in. Ball 1.
I think if we close the door, now their radio guy's echoing in my ear.
Yeah. I had to bring my crowd mic in. Didn't want it to get slammed by the door, and so it's left open a little bit. We'll just have to see if in between innings we can get it back out there. A ball and no strikes to Grimes. Iowa down by 3 in the 5th. Volker's ready. Here's the pitch. Outside. Ball 2. Grimes is trying to bunt it, John.
He wants to give himself up here as the 9-hitter. He's willing to make an out. So if somebody wants to make an out, you take it.
Grimes has been on twice today. He walked in the second, reached on an error, and scored in the third. Have to wait for the next pitch. Check on that runner at first. Keep him close.
Did he score? Bissett scored. I don't think Grimes scored. Not that it matters.
You might have that right.
Still 6 either way.
Yeah. I think you're right. It was Bissett that scored. 2 balls, no strikes to the 9-hitter. Here's the pitch. Line drive in the corner and left. It is down for a base hit. Gets past Wilmus. Runner heading from second to third. They'll hold him there. It is a double with no outs. Runners at second and third now.
Yeah, that is 7 guys now for UIC that all have 7 hits. They're all by 7 different guys. Not your top 2 guys in the order, but not the start to the inning the Hawkeyes needed, as you've got 2 guys in scoring position already down 3 runs.
Infield coming in for the Hawkeyes. Middle infield will go back now. Back to the top of the order with Kahn. First pitch from Volker. Kahn lines it to DeRiggi on a hop. Brennan picks it up. He's got to hustle over to first. He'll get there a step before Kahn. Sharply hit ground ball. None of the runners go anywhere. That was a well-hit ball, but a good play by DeRiggi to knock it down.
Kahn just smashed that. Fortunately, it was right at DeRiggi because there wasn't going to be much ranging on that one, and so good job to Pickett. Looked and made sure that Bissett stayed at third, and then he likes to kind of tease the guys and make them run down to first base.
Here's Roberts. First pitch strike from Volker on the outside corner. Runners at second and third for the Flames with 1 out in the 5th. They lead at 6-3. Volker back to the windup now. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. Outside corner again, 0-2.
The only problem with the windup in this situation is you let that runner get a big lead off second base. So basically any single to the outfield is going to score 2 runs because he's got such a big lead.
0-2, right back to Volker. Volker picks it up, throws it home. He threw it past Moss to the backstop, and the run scores. Runner going from first to second.
Got exactly what you wanted there, and Zach just kind of panicked a little bit, threw it right in the ground, trying to throw it back to Moss. And unfortunately, that's
the way the night has gone for the Hawkeyes at this point.
right.
7-3 now with the Flames out in front by 4. Runners again at second and third with 1 out, and here's Zacconi. He's their power hitter, and intentionally walking him again.
I kind of like what he does. Just that full sprint down there, and he's a little bit of old school in how he plays. But now you've got now you're in a monster spot here. You just 1 out, bases loaded, cleanup hitter up.
We'll see Nowick. Middle infield back for the Hawkeyes. Down 7-3. First pitch to Nowick. That's inside, ball 1. 3 errors for the Hawkeyes today. That one produced a run by Volker. Swinging bunt comebacker right to him, and he threw it to the backstop. All right, we'll have a time called here, and here comes Coach McGrath to talk with Volker. Iowa down 7-3 in the bottom of the 5th. And the bases loaded for the Flames.
Let there be light.
Yeah, with 1 out, this feels a little bit like the Minnesota game. Literally, we got to the 5th in Minnesota on Friday, and it was 7-3 also. By the time the Gophers had taken the lead on us.
This isn't as devastating as you think it is RPI-wise, but confidence-wise, emotionally, it doesn't carry a lot of positivity to it.
First, the 1-0 pitch to Nowick is a called strike, 1-1 on the inside corner. Obviously plenty of time to turn this around, but trailing by 4, you're not out of the woods here in the 5th. It just feels like that Minnesota game all over again. Here comes the 1-1 from Volker. Inside, almost hit him. Batter backed out of the way of that. The head coach for UIC might have wanted him to take that on the hip. 2 balls and a strike. Nowick singled the last time. Here's the 2-1. That's low and out, ball 3.
Well, you need a Hawkeye pitcher to put up a 0. I mean, you think about you talk about a comeback, and that Hawkeye bats might be able to score some runs with 12 more outs, but right now that part doesn't matter. If every time you get 2, UIC gets 2.
3-1 is fouled back to the pad. Full count now.
Might have caught a break there. That ball was going to be really close on the inside part of the plate.
Noah could barely finish his swing, and he was asking the ump if that was going to be called a strike. The umpire nodded his head, yes.
Helping him out to make him feel better.
Yeah. Here comes the 3-2 from Volker. It's a big pitch. Here it is. High, ball 4. Walked in a run. It's 8-3.
Still just 1 out here in the 5th inning.
So bases remain loaded. That's going to do it for Zach Volker.
That was not the outing I expected out of Zach.
Here comes Coach Heller. He grabs the ball. Iowa trailing 8-3. We'll see who's coming in next. Bases loaded and 1 out. Back after this pitching change break. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
At Oak Knoll, our mission is to provide exceptional retirement living and health services through life care. I'm Steve Rowe, Executive Director. We are a not-for-profit life plan community and have served Iowa City for more than 55 years. Our team helps residents create home by living our values of caring, respect, enthusiasm, awareness, teamwork, and encouragement. If you're looking at retirement options, visit our website at oakmall.com. We want you to lead life your way. Go Hawks!
At US Cellular, we believe in having healthy relationships with our phones, so we can have better relationships with each other. Introducing Us Mode, a way to set your phone for less distraction and deeper connection. So dinner can sound less like this and more like this.
What'd you learn today?
The sauropod was the tallest dinosaur ever.
Oh my goodness.
Visit US Cellular in-store or online, and we'll help set your phone to Us Mode, even if you're not a customer. US Cellular, the 5G network built for us. See uscellular.com for details.
Bottom of the fifth inning, UIC is up 8-3. Bases are loaded with one out. This game is not going the way it was planned. Iowa's getting deep into their bullpen. Got to go there again. Bring in Jacob Henderson, the redshirt junior right-hander from Gilbert, Arizona.
2-1 on the season. Appearance number 15, has a 6 ERA, 12 innings pitched, 9 hits, 8 runs. They've all been earned, 7 walks, 18 strikeouts. Opponent's hitting .205 against Jacob, and he comes into the soup.
UIC has drawn 8 walks tonight, and we are in the 5th.
That doesn't sound good.
Yeah, it's just been one of those days for Iowa where the pitchers are struggling to find the strike zone halfway through the game.
Yeah, it hasn't been, Friday, game 1 Friday, we kind of might have argued about a super tight strike zone. That really hasn't been the case today. It's been, actually, Iowa's thrown a lot of early strikes, but then it's been kind of non-competitive pitches after that, and UIC, good plate discipline. They haven't swung at some of those pitches that were close, so they kind of held themselves in there and made Iowa either come back over the plate or fouled off some pitches. Just struck out the 3 times. So they've done a good job putting the ball in play, making Iowa throw extra pitches to get them out, and Iowa hasn't been able to get it done on a regular basis.
Well, Henderson's got to help us get out of the jam here. First pitch to Peterson is at the eyes, ball 1. UIC scored 2 in the first, 2 in the third, 2 in the fourth. They've scored 2 in the fifth. It's 8-3. Here's the pitch to Peterson. Blooped into shallow right and down for a base hit. 1 run is in. They'll hold the runner at third. And it's 9-3. I'm not sure if Honar lost that in the lights when he went out there. Frazier was coming in, but it's a bloop single, 9-3.
I just think that was an unfortunate spot where he kind of fisted it off there and moved it out there. Not sure anybody had a chance. Honar was kind of shifted over, and so it was way too far for him to go, and Frazier, playing kind of at a semi-normal depth, was never going to get in that far and make a play. So
the inning continues with 1 out, bases still loaded. Hawks are down by 6 in the 5th. Here's Nagelbach. First pitch is low and out, ball 1.
Good day for Peterson now, as he's 2 for 3 with 3 RBIs, coming in 204 on the season. Look out.
This one's ripped into right, base hit. They're going to hold the runner at third.
We got a guy hung up, but we're not going to do it.
We are going to throw it home. Now to second, now back home, and the runner is out at the plate. Out at the plate. They're going to review it. So time called. It is at least 10-3 on the RBI single from Nagelbach. Hit it into right, threw it home. The runner that was going from first to second, he rounded second too hard, was in between second and third. The runner that was at second, he stayed at third, so had a man in a rundown. Moss threw it to second, and then Seegers had to cut it off because the runner from third ended up trying to come home, and we tagged him out at the plate. We'll see if the call is upheld. It's either 10-3 UIC, and they'll have runners at first and second with 2 outs, or it's 11-3 with runners at first and second and 1 out. Either way, not good for the Hawks right now.
No, and we have to go with allegedly scored, or allegedly got him out at the plate here as we go to the review. much like Iowa did, the third base coach instantly wanted a challenge. I don't know why you wouldn't. I mean, it's one of those. It's a close enough play that, finger slides in there. You get a good view of it. Maybe you get the call. You can kind of see the replay over there on TV, which is a little too far away for me to see, but
we'll have to see what the call is. Boy, I was giving up 4 runs in the 5th.
Moss gets the ball before, but
it's a little bit of a high throw. Comes down with the tag.
I think he's going to be called. I think he's going to be called out, but boy, that's going to be close. And
not sure if he ever got to the plate.
Well,
what do you think, Joe?
Yeah, and that's what I know the rules about blocking the plate have changed as well, and so I don't know exactly how that factors in, but feels like that will stand. I would guess, but again, I've sat by replay in volleyball for years and continually miss those calls, even as I'm watching the replay over and over. So we'll see how that plays out. But boy, just
this has been a really tough game. There's nothing going Iowa's way. And we're close enough within the window, so let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Iowa Hawkeye baseball. They have called him out at home plate, so he's out at home. There'll be 2 outs in the inning. Runners at first and second for the Flames. They lead at 10-3 in the 5th, so we got him out at home.
So your marginal good news there
is that it's not 11-3. So I'll work back and who was called out there. All right, ready for play now. Here's Zielinski with 2 outs, runners at first and second. This pitch hit him.
Boy.
Up and in, didn't break enough. Bases loaded again for the Flames.
We're back to Hawks have created just a monster amount of traffic here, and that'll do it for Jacob as well.
Wow, Henderson coming out of the game in the 5th. Bases are loaded for the Flames again. 2 outs. Hawkeyes going to the bullpen. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll let you know who the new Hawkeye pitcher is right after this. It's Hawkeye baseball from Learfield.
Hey everyone, I'm Mark Wahlberg, and I have some exciting news to share. At Wahlburgers, we are all about bringing the family together to enjoy a great meal and have a great time. That's why right now, for a limited time, kids eat free every day at all Hy-Vee Wahlburger locations. Kids 12 and under can enjoy 1 free kids meal with any purchase of an adult burger, sandwich, or entree salad.
Bring the family to Wahlburgers and the Wahlburgers and Hy-Vee stores, where right now kids can eat free.
You probably know that a natural gas leak smells like rotten eggs. But what does a gas leak look or sound like? If you hear a whooshing or hissing sound, see dirt, dust, or water spraying from an area, or you get dizzy or queasy, leave the area immediately, then call 1-800-595-5325 once you're safely away. See MidAmericanEnergy.com for more safety tips.
Paid for by the customers of Mid-American Energy.
Welcome back to Curtis Granderson Stadium, downtown Chicago. Iowa trailing UIC 10-3. And the bases are loaded with 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th. Hawkeyes going with a new pitcher in the inning. Left-handed freshman from Iowa City, Cade Obermuller.
Cade's 1-0 with a save this year, 11 appearances now. He has 2 starts, 2.45 ERA, 14 2/3 innings, 9 hits, 9 runs. Only 4 of those were earned. 8 walks and 24 strikeouts. And boy, could the Hawks use, well, I guess they only need 1 of those with 2 outs here, but need to Well, I heard you with Coach Heller in pregame. Need to extinguish the flames here quickly so that get into the dugout and start trying to mount a comeback.
Iowa down by 7. The next time when we come up in the 6th, it'll be Honar, Tello, and Seegers. So we'll see Bissett. He led off this inning. There's some confusion here as Obermuller is pointing to his wristband on his glove side. He'll have to come off the mound. I'm not sure what the malfunction is with the equipment there, but Cade gets a new wrist guard. Now he'll come out to the mound.
Probably fairly generous that they didn't call ball 1 at any point during this.
That's about the last break that would have to go against us, right, today? I think everything else has. Iowa down 10-3 in the bottom of the 5th, giving up 4 runs this inning. Bases loaded with 2 outs. Obermuller comes set. Here's the pitch. That's low and in, ball 1.
Cade Moss is going to have to do a good job here. Obermuller's got good action, kind of gets that little crossway delivery and can get a guy off balance. So
ball and no strikes. Low and in again, ball 2. Now the hitter has the advantage, Bissett, both knowing that Cade has to throw a strike, and the pressure going on to Obermuller now. Obermuller taking his time out there on the mound. Here comes the 2-0. That's inside, ball 3.
3 balls, no strikes to count on Bissett.
Bissett will have the red light.
With 2 away, bases loaded.
Hawks have walked 8. 2 of those were intentional. Throw in a hit by pitch.
Here comes the 3-0 from Obermuller, way inside, ball 4. Walked in a run. It's 11-3.
You're just thinking, and through 4 innings, UIC had left 7 runners on base. So for as bad as this is, I mean, it's just been an absolute carousel for the Flames right now.
And when they've put it in play lately, it's been base hits, too, I mean, obviously.
Yeah, a little bit of seeing eye single to right, but
Obermuller's next pitch is outside. It's the first one to Grimes. That's 5 straight balls from Obermuller. Bases remain loaded with 2 outs.
Even one of the outs this inning was a rocket right at DeRiggi, who was able to corral it and get the out. Feels like that was an hour ago, though.
No kidding. Here comes the 1-0. Inside, 2-0. Hawkeye pitchers just can't find the zone today. Not giving UIC any reason to swing it. We'll see Cade go out to the mound to talk to Obermuller.
Yeah, there really isn't any part of this right now, if you're the 9-hitter for the Flames, that you think, man, I'm going to go rip at this. I mean, I suppose if you thought, okay, he's going to throw me a get-me-over fastball and I'm going to just settle on one, but, 6 straight balls, bases loaded. And yeah, I suppose if you
it's got to be red light, I would say.
think so. I mean, I suppose if you ambushed him, you could absolutely put the game away, but
2 balls, no strikes. Grimes squares to bunt, pulls it back. It's a called strike. Low in the zone, 2-1. Good pitch there from Obermuller.
Yeah, so that was the full red light. Now he's got to bounce back here now.
How about another strike right here, Cade? Here comes the 2-1. Swing and a miss, 2-2.
2 balls, 2 strikes to count.
UIC's OPS right now, 1.18.
Here's the pitch from Obermuller. Shot foul towards the Iowa dugout. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bases loaded for the Flames. They're up 11-3. Grimes was hanging tough. He's standing way back in the box. Testament to Obermuller's velocity. The pitch. That is a ball below the knees. Full count.
Pretty good pitch there. Just
how didn't he swing at that, John?
Well, yeah, I'll buy that too, but because maybe he didn't think he could hit it.
Yeah.
But it, I suppose it was just a touch low. And again, Cade really hasn't earned the opportunity to get any sort of an expanded strike zone right now.
Full count pitch, high and out, ball 4. 12-3. They've scored 6 in the inning.
And now you go to the top of the order, so doesn't really get any more fun here. It's get one of the few guys that's still hunting for his first hit of the game.
Go back to Kahn. 5 walks in the inning for the Hawkeyes.
Oh.
And a hit by pitch.
That doesn't sound good.
So back to the top, Cole Kahn, their catcher. First pitch to him, chopper back up the middle. Obermuller's got it. He'll jog over to first, and he'll toss it to DeRiggi for the 3rd out of the inning. UIC scores 6 in the 5th, and they lead it 12-3. We're back after this. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
At Oak Knoll, our mission is to provide exceptional retirement living and health services through life care. I'm Steve Rowe, Executive Director. We are a not-for-profit life plan community and have served Iowa City for more than 55 years. Our team helps residents create home by living our values of caring, respect, enthusiasm, awareness, teamwork, and encouragement. If you're looking at retirement options, visit our website at oakknoll.com. We want you to lead life your way. Go Hawks!
Woo! Got my nachos, got my big TV, and my favorite chair. It's game time. But you know, the only thing that would make it a little better is if I could listen to my local broadcasters while watching the game.
Hello. You must have wished for your game to be synced with TV and radio.
I sure did.
Do you have a DVR?
You bet.
Do you have a streaming device?
Yeah.
Blammo! Your game is now synced. It's that easy.
Oh, boy.
To see if you can get synced, head to syncmygame.com from Learfield.
Syncmygame.com?
Syncmygame.com.
Top of the 6th inning, Iowa trailing UIC in Chicago 12-3. They'll throw in a new pitcher right now. They'll go with the freshman right-hander from Elm Grove, Wisconsin, Ryan Karst.
10th appearance on the season. He's 0-2. Has made 5 starts, 8.62 ERA. Also has a save. 24 innings pitched, 30 hits, 23 runs. They've all been earned. 13 walks, 16 strikeouts. He's given up 7 home runs. Opponents hitting .316.
I think we talked about him on the way over, John.
I think we did.
As being a pitcher that gives up some.
Because he has hit 9 guys as well. So you start talking about Hawkeye control issues. Karst is one that's had a little bit of trouble finding the strike zone with regularity against opponents. So,
well, when you're down by 9, how do you get things started? I mean, you've got 12 outs to work with as we get to the top of the 6th. So you keep that in your mind. No such thing as a 9-run home run. So singles, good plate discipline, a little chip and charge, I guess.
Well, yeah, exactly. You've got to make a decision that you know, whether we're down 9 or up 9 or in the 9th tied, you've just got to make a commitment to go have good at-bats and see what happens after that. And right now, that's kind of where Iowa is they're going to need to do something to have good at-bats.
Honar leading off the inning. First pitch strike right down the middle to him.
Is that surprising in the least?
Karst is a right-handed pitcher out of the windup, the 0-1. That's low, ball 1. They've really played Honar to pull, as he's a left-handed hitter, so they got 3 infielders on the right side of the bag at second. The third baseman is playing at where the shortstop would typically play. Here comes the 1-1 to Sam. Check swing. Didn't matter, called strike.
Yeah, Zacconi maybe kind of showed up in case Honar flashed bunt, but then he went back into the deep hole, and Honar's in a hole.
Chase the changeup in the dirt. Drop third strike. They'll throw it down to first. Sam is out number 1 in the 6th.
As we talked about good at bats. That's probably not an ideal one there, as you got behind and then expanded the strike zone. So see if Rader can have a better go at it.
Tello doubled in the second. First pitch to Rader is in there for a strike. Top of the sixth, base is empty with one out. Iowa trailing UIC 12-3.
And if you're Karst, you kind of treat this like a batting practice bullpen.
Fouled off to the right side, 0-2.
I mean, to your point with how do Hawkeyes make a comeback? Well, if you're the pitcher, it's, I'm gonna put it in play and make them beat me. Can they string together 12 hits, 13 hits to get there? And odds are probably not.
0-2's tapped foul to the right side.
So you go ahead and you throw strikes, and especially then if you get ahead 0-2, now you can start to mess around a little bit. But early in the at bat, it's just, hey, here it is. How far can you hit it?
Here's the 0-2 from Karst. Tello drives it to right towards the line. The right fielder coming forward. He's got it, 2 down.
And so just a good job from Karst, with a guy that maybe doesn't have the best control. He's not going out trying to hit an edge. It's just, here's the center of the plate. I'm going to give you my best whichever pitch he wants to throw, but he's aiming for the middle of the plate, gets strike one, and now he kind of controls the at bat.
2 outs in the Hawkeye sixth. Here's Michael Seegers. Singled his last time up in the fourth. First pitch to him is inside, ball 1. You just kind of think of things on the flip side. Pitching for Iowa, used a lot of arms today. I don't even really know who's left. You got Llewellyn, you got Christopherson. 1-0 pitch is lined right to the second baseman. He dropped it. And Seegers is on.
Nonchalant there as he jumped, didn't need to, and then just kind of looked away, and ball popped out of his glove, and then couldn't find it. Still would have had plenty of time to throw out Seegers if he could have just found it, but we'll see if it's too late to do any damage or if the Hawks can do something with that.
We'll see Frazier up. He's got a hit today. But with 2 outs, the first pitch to Braden is up and in, ball 1. I'm thinking of the pitchers that the Hawkeyes have left. We have a game tomorrow, and I think the plans for tomorrow, not that you look past any type of game, but you do have a plan for both games. The plan for tomorrow is much different than what we thought.
You're going to see Whitlock and Savary tomorrow, probably. I mean, again, you've got to get through this game. You've got Chaz Wheatley. You've got Will, you've got Jared Simpson still.
And so for the purposes of this game, as Braden hits the 2-0 on the ground to third, it's scooped up there. He'll throw it across the diamond for the third out. We'll get back to this thought when we come out of the break. Iowa goes down quietly in the sixth. UIC leads at 12-3. Back after this. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
After a cancer diagnosis, it's natural to want to start treatment right away. But first, get a second opinion from a team that specializes in your cancer. I'm Dr. George Weiner, Director of University of Iowa Holden Comprehensive Cancer Center. Before you start treatment, you deserve to be confident you have the right diagnosis and know every option available to you. So whether it's with us or somewhere else, get a second opinion. It can change your care and your life.
When you're in the eastern Iowa area, be sure to visit and connect with the official local business partners of the Iowa Hawkeyes. The Hotel at Kirkwood Center, Iowa's premier luxury hotel. The Jill Armstrong team with Skogman Realty, the area's premier realtor. And Options Exteriors, your preferred local roofing and exterior company. The Hotel Kirkwood, named the Corridor Business Journal's 2022 Best Banquet and Event Venue. And awarded the AAA 4 Diamond Award for lodging. To make reservations, visit thehotelatkirkwood.com or call 877-751-5111 for more information.
Bottom of the sixth inning, Flames on top of the Hawkeyes 12-3. Iowa making a couple of defensive changes. Here in the sixth, Garrett Christensen is in to catch right now. Christensen enters for Cade Moss, the redshirt freshman from Urbandale. Another freshman into the game out there at second. Freshman second baseman from Iowa City, Gable Mitchell. He's in at second base. So the Hawkeyes making a Couple of changes here in the middle innings, trailing UIC by 9.
We talked about whether there was a run rule in this game. We might find out the hard way if Obermueller doesn't set him down here and the Hawks score in the top of the 7th.
Yeah, trailing by 9. It was just a thought that had crossed our mind of a possibility, and there was a discussion, I guess, at the plate meeting before the game if there would be a run rule on this game. Whew. First pitch from Obermueller, low and out, ball 1. Two, 3, and 4 due up for the Flames. Roberts, Zacconi, and Noack. Here's the 1-0 from Obermueller. That's on the outside corner, 1-1.
I've seen this a couple times from Cade where he has just a hard time getting started and then settles in and pitches pretty well after that. So see if he can kind of follow that trend a little bit. Of course, I double jinx whammied him there on the breaking ball well outside.
We've talked about it a number of times, the contagious effect on the pitching staff, right? Some days really good, some days not as good. Today would be the latter. Here's the 2-1, bounced foul to the left side, 2-2 now.
Yeah, it's hard to fathom the arms that have come into this game that have walked 10 guys total today. And like I said, I know a couple of those were intentional, but I mean, that's still 8. That's
right.
way too many through 5 innings.
Here comes the 2-2 from Obermueller. Low and out, ball 3. There's nobody really getting loose in the Iowa bullpen. We're kind of talking about with the game tomorrow, got to reserve some arms for that game. Here comes the full count pitch from Obermueller. Outside, ball 4.
He got himself into a good spot and just couldn't close out the at-bat.
So we'll see Zacconi now. Intentionally walked him twice. He doubled in the first, grounded out to short in the 4th. Runner at first with a short lead. First pitch to Zacconi. That's downstairs, ball 1.
I mean, the Hawks have walked 4 guys multiple times. It's hard enough if you walk 4 guys, let alone you walk 4 guys multiple times. 2 hits batters, so you add those onto the free bases. Good pitch there.
Caught the outside corner with an off-speed, 1-1.
I mean, I'm just trying to find some positive on the pitching side. I'm kind of at a loss, and
yeah. I think we're both in the same boat there, as Obermueller's been able to deal a couple of strikes now, 1 and 2.
I tend to be a half full guy, even if it's a quarter full, but I'm gonna struggle getting there with this one.
Obermueller is set for the 1-2. Here it comes. Grounded in front of the mound. Obermueller will pick it up, bobbling it, throwing it to first. He is out at first base. Close play over there, but Obermueller got him. 1 down in the inning. Runner advancing to second. That's Roberts.
Zacconi had some practice running down that baseline as he'd sprinted on his intentional walks. Good hustle there, and Cade just had a hard time getting it out of his glove and was able to just edge him out.
Here's Noack stepping in with his 5th plate appearance today. First pitch from Cade. That's inside. Gets away from Christensen. Runner advancing to third with 1 out. Iowa down 12-3. And just for a point of clarification about the run rule discussion, that was not something that, we were coming in with any level of arrogance about. It was just a point of information, considering we have 2 midweeks this week. You got to save arms. You're going to play 14 innings before you get to the weekend. The pitch is an inside strike to Obermueller. I just want to clear that up for everybody. We weren't producing that content piece with any level of arrogance. It was just
I was just trying to understand what are you guaranteed to play 18 innings this weekend or this week, or was there a chance you could play 14, or how did it sit?
1-1 is chopped foul over the first base coach's head. 1-2. Infield comes in for Iowa, trying to cut down that runner at home. Should lead me to believe that maybe there is a run rule on this one if the infield's trying to save a run down 12-3. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Obermuller is ready. Here's the pitch. That's outside, ball 2. Good pitch there from Obi.
I was just trying to look with this box score. I can't find the wild pitches. I was just trying to do a kind of a quick count of free bases, which will, I'm sure when.
Here's a 2-2 ripped in between short and third for a base hit. 13-3, Flames lead.
It is 13-3, UIC.
I got to give the UIC radio guy a lot of credit because he's still pretty jacked up.
He's fired up.
Watch this again.
Well,
we'll find out if the Hawks can't manufacture some runs now in the top of the 7th inning.
13-3 in the bottom of the 6th. Go with Rafe Peterson now. Runner at first and 1 out. Seegers had a great effort on it to dive and try to come up with it, but with the infield playing in, he just cut his distance down. Here's another base hit over Seegers' head. Getting into center field, they'll keep the runner at second. Back-to-back singles for the Flames.
I've played enough shortstop to know that's the most frustrating feeling in the world, to have 2 balls go out of your reach, but not that far out of your reach. And you're just like, can I help a guy out and get us out of here? And can't quite get it done.
Nagelbach is in the box. First pitch to him. That's a called strike. Nice start from Cade. Yeah, he had one. Seegers had one just to his right, and then one just over his head. It floated up there for a long enough time, but too high. Here comes the 0-1. That's in the dirt. Good block by Christensen. 1-1.
Seegers made a great play up the middle earlier in the game, but Hawks have had a couple chances otherwise to maybe make a defensive play to help a pitcher out, and haven't quite been able to do it. And then like that ball's trouble. Somebody's going to have to go cover the plate. As Christensen tried to backhand a ball that was in the right-handed batter's box, had just no chance to make that play.
And then it wrapped around the backstop and ended up over by third base. So another wild pitch, pass ball. We'll see how they score it, but runners at second and third with 1 out now. Infield coming in for the Hawkeyes once again.
A little bit of an alarming trend with the just the free base side of it as much as anything.
This one's popped up over the Flames dugout. This will get foul. It's 2-2.
We're now at 2 of the last 4 games where I think there was 11 walks against Minnesota in that first game on Friday as well. And so just a tough look all around of just not being able to shut it down and close it out.
2-2's way up and in. It bends the batter back.
3 balls and 2 strikes.
So it'll be a full count. Yeah, so the 11 walks, few hit batters, and then the wild pitches kind of advance the runners, right? So it's been a tough day for the Hawkeye pitchers, although Obermuller gets a strikeout right there, a swing and a miss on the full count pitch, 2 down.
Just the 4th strikeout for Hawkeye pitchers right now.
And that's usually a number we see by the 3rd inning, right? On the best days.
Yeah, if not the 2nd inning in some cases, but
yeah.
Pretty deep in the game to get number 4 right now.
The batter is Zielinski, first pitch high and out. Still those runners at second and third for UIC. 2 outs in the 6th. Iowa will counter with Christensen, Wilmus, and Anthony when we get to the top of the 7th. Down 13-3. Here's the 1-0 pitch from Obermuller. It's in the dirt, gets by Christensen to the backstop. Another run is in. 14-3.
I wish I had something brilliant and outstanding that I hadn't said for the last 45 minutes. I mean, it's the same thing, and right now I think it's a little bit of having a game tomorrow.
Obermuller missing outside 3-0.
And that's a close pitch that you're just not going to get at this point because you haven't earned any extra on the strike zone. You almost have to have the ball all the way in it right now. If it's splitting an edge, you're probably not going to get the call.
There's a high pitch from Obermuller. Looked good, but I think that's your same point, John, that just hasn't been around the zone enough, and it's high for ball 4. So runners at first and third with 2 outs. Here is Bissett. It's 14-3. We've got time called. Here comes Coach Heller. Iowa going to the bullpen in the 6th. All right, we'll take a break. We'll get the new Hawkeye pitcher coming in right after it. 14-3, UIC with the lead in the 6th. You're listening to Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
At Oak Knoll, our mission is to provide exceptional retirement living and health services through life care. I'm Steve Rowe, Executive Director. We are a not-for-profit life plan community and have served Iowa City for more than 55 years. Our team helps residents create home by living our values of caring, respect, enthusiasm, awareness, teamwork, and encouragement. If you're looking at retirement options, visit our website at oaknoll.com. We want you to lead life your way. Go Hawks!
We all love a good win. Catching up with friends, saving money at the pump, soaking up the perfect Iowa day, sitting down to a really, really good meal. These are the everyday delights that make us smile. These are the moments that connect us all as Iowans. And these are the wins that, more often than not, start with Iowa's farm families and the crop they're growing. Because when corn grows Iowa, Iowans win. Learn more about how to share your own wins at iowacorn.org/IowansWin.
Iowa turns to the bullpen in the 6th, trailing 14-3. We'll go with freshman left-hander from Cedar Rapids, Drew Proskovac.
The 3rd appearance for Pros on the season, 1 1/3 innings. Just walked a guy, struck out a guy. And that's the extent of his Hawkeye career so far. That and hanging out with me in the right field foul line.
He's your guy, isn't he?
Yeah, he's my guy. Right field foul line by the bucket. I help him shag. Quite honestly, I excel at it.
Yeah.
He still needs a little work, but he's a freshman.
Well, he's going to learn from you.
Yeah, we'll get him there.
So Proskovic will come in with runners at the corners. Got to get 1 out here in the 6th. Tomorrow we're in action at home against Bradley. Already played Bradley this year and beat them, so maybe a get-right game. I'm not sure. You're going to have to bring it against the Braves tomorrow. First pitch at 6:05 at Dwayne Banks. Hope to see you there. If you're not there, tune in to us on the Hawkeye Radio Network. Big series coming up at home with Nebraska. 3-game set with the Huskers, who are off to a good start in conference play. The Hawkeyes are at home 3 of the next 4 weekends.
I mean, you look at the Hawkeye pitching staff today, every pitcher that's been in the game has been charged with at least 2 runs. And only Gatilla got off the hook with his 2 were unearned. But yeah, everybody else, 2 runs, 2 earned, 2 runs, 2 earned, 4 runs, 2 earned, 2, 2, 2, 2. Doesn't sound that great. And I guess more to the point, Jack Young and Jacob Henderson were the only 2 that didn't walk a guy.
Proskovac deals the 0-1 pitch up and in for a ball.
And Jacob hit a guy, so Jack Young was the only one that didn't allow a free base that way.
Proskovic is the 7th Hawkeye pitcher today. This one's inside. Christensen knocks it down. The runner from first will go to second. So 2 in scoring position now for the Flames with 2 outs. Bottom of the 6th, they're up 14-3.
Christensen's just had a little bit of trouble. That inside pitch, or the pitch that's in the right-handed batter's box. We'll wait till after this one. Fouled back. He keeps wanting to keep his elbow up and catch it to allow himself to frame it. But the ball keeps kind of moving away from him, and so then he's not able to get his arm all the way to extend that far, and it hits off the heel or gets away from him. Just kind of needs to flip the glove over and protect it and catch it. That one misses just inside, and the count's full again.
That's a good pitch from Proskovic, but Bassett didn't go after it. We'll see these Flames later on in the season. They'll come to Iowa City on May 16th.
And not be afraid based on what they've seen. Good pitch there. Gets the 3rd out on the swing and miss.
All right, a strikeout to end the 6th. The Flames score a couple more. It's 14-3. We're back for the top of the 7th right after this. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
I'm Mark Wahlberg, and I have some exciting news to share. At Wahlburgers, we are all about bringing the family together to enjoy a great meal and have a great time. That's why right now, for a limited time, kids eat free every day at all Hy-Vee Wahlburger locations. Kids 12 and under can enjoy 1 free kids meal with any purchase of an adult burger, sandwich, or entree salad.
Bring the family to Wahlburgers and the Wahlburgers and Hy-Vee stores, where right now kids can eat free.
When you're in the eastern Iowa area, be sure to visit and connect with the official local business partners of the Iowa Hawkeyes. The hotel at Kirkwood Center, Iowa's premier luxury hotel, the Jill Armstrong team, Wisconsin Realty, the area's premier realtor, and Options Exteriors, your preferred local roofing and exterior company. Jill Armstrong and her team strive to make every buyer and seller at ease with the real estate process. Contact the Jill Armstrong team, Wisconsin Realty, for all of your real estate needs. Call 319-631-5455.
All right, top of the 7th inning, Iowa down 14-3. The Flames will go with a new pitcher in this inning, a redshirt sophomore right-hander, Reese Lawler.
Making his 3rd appearance. He has 1 start, 27 ERA, given up. He's pitched 2 innings, 7 hits, 7 runs, 6 of those were earned. Walked 2, has not struck out a batter. Opponents hitting .538 against him.
All right.
If you want to extend the game, I guess if you want to show you're still invested,
yeah,
you might want to go get a couple runs here.
And again, we don't have any information on if there is a run rule. We're going to find out. If Iowa does not score 2 runs in this inning, could be victims of a run rule tonight, but not sure. We could be playing the full 9. It could be done, or we could start the comeback right now. And so we'll see which outcome is on the cards here tonight.
Well, like I said, UIC got off to a huge lead against Northwestern and then held on for dear life. So, like I said, we'll see how interested the Hawkeye hitters are. As Christensen fouls that down the left field line.
So Christensen getting his first at bat. Left-handed hitter. Here comes the 0-1 to Gehrig. Off the plate outside. 1 ball and 1 strike.
The funny thing is, all of their above 7, above 8 ERA pitchers have come in and thrown strike 1. They've done a really nice job.
A ball and a strike to the Hawkeye catcher. Here it comes. That's in the dirt. Ball 2. So Christensen's worked a favorable count. Iowa down 14-3. Got to get a couple of runs in the 7th. The pause and the pitch. Swing and a miss. Good cut there by Christensen, but he comes up empty 2-2.
Lawler's going to be right around 90, kind of plus or minus there. Decent enough slider, but Hawks feel like they should be able to see it.
2-2 just off the plate outside.
Really good
close.
pitch there.
Counts full at 3-2.
That's another one of those you kind of figure, how did Christensen not swing?
Here comes the pitch. Swing and a miss. Hard fastball. Christensen is out number 1 in the Hawkeyes 7th.
First strikeout of the year for Lawler.
Back to the top with Wilmus. Wilmus has been on a couple of times tonight. 2 runs scored, a walk, and a hit by pitch. First pitch to him is a called strike on the outside part of the plate, 0-1. I've had more fun times in Chicago, John. And I've been coming over here for a long time. That one's way outside to Wilmus, 1-1. I can think of some heartbreaking Iowa football losses over in this area.
I do everything I can to stay out of Chicago, and now I know why.
Yeah.
Because I was here for Dan Persa in Evanston.
Oh, don't that name, Dan Persa. Oh, 1-1 hit foul. 1-2. I raise you with Brett Bazinet. Do you remember him back in the early 2000s? They hit a.
Persa threw that touchdown pass though and blew out his Achilles.
Yes.
And had to get helped off the field as he threw the winning touchdown pass.
Let's get all our pain out tonight, John. We got to come up to Northwestern. We got to come over to Northwestern later in the year to round out the regular season. So hopefully we rid the demons tonight.
No lights at Northwestern's field, so we get to play early games that day, or that week. So
2 balls and 2 strikes to Wilmus. The pause and the pitch. That's high, ball 3. Ben might have to check with his chiropractor after that one. He bent his back way back there.
Yeah, he's got moves that I can't do anymore. I
don't think I could do them either, John.
Bad things would have happened there.
3-2. That's ball 4. Wilmus grinds out the walk, his second of the game.
Second of the game was hit by a pitch, so Ben's 0 for 1, but has scored 2 of the 3 Hawkeye runs.
We'll see Anthony now. He's got a couple of hits today. Those uppercut, top spin type of swings to left center. A couple of singles earlier. One in the first, one in the third.
Which is a little bit of good pitch there. Check swing for a strike, which is why Keaton maybe doesn't hit quite as many home runs. Is because, you hit that little top spin ball. It just doesn't carry. It's going to go out there and it gets over the infield and dives. So.
Tumble, yeah. No balls and a strike to Anthony. Here's the pitch. Tap this foul into the UIC dugout. Heads up over there. 0-2.
Like Guerin on deck now. Hawks might get Sammy Peterson back if things go well. At least to be around the team as he's back in Iowa City today.
0-2's low and out, ball 1. Boy, that's going to be huge when that time comes. Ben Wilmus and Braden Frazier have been outstanding for the Hawkeyes in the absence of Sam Peterson, Chase Mosley. Haven't seen Mosley in a while. Here's the 1-2, ripped foul over to the right side. Petey's close. I'm not sure that Mosley's close. We just haven't heard much about him lately, so still injured for now. Wilmus and Frazier have been great. It'll be good to have Peterson back, though. That extra bat in the lineup and good defense out there. 1-2 delivery to Anthony. Swing and a miss. 2 down on the breaking ball.
Big Bob step into the plate.
Yeah, we'll see Blake Guerin. Comes into the game for DeRiggi. Runner at first is Wilmus with 2 outs. Iowa down 14-3 in the 7th. I believe the Hawkeyes and Flames have come to an agreement on the run rule before the game. So unless Guerin gets a hold of one, this could be it. First pitch to Blake is up around the head, ball 1. Iowa with just 5 hits today. UIC's got 11, but they've scored 14 runs. 1 ball, no strikes. With 2 outs, the pitch to Guerin. Swing and a miss. Good healthy cut. Missed it.
Well, for a pitching staff that's near 8, I mean, you can pick on the pitching, and there's plenty to pick on there, but 5 hits on a team with a nearly 8 ERA is not nearly good enough either. So swing and a miss there again. So plenty of team loss idea to go around here on this one.
Yeah, and every game, every loss, you think of, okay, there's got to be a couple of positives to take away. I think you'd be thinking long and hard to find one tonight. Just to be honest, we don't try to be negative. The 1-2, Guerin gets a piece of it, fouls it off. It's just kind of the reality of the matter. And
right, there's negative, and then there's just, you don't have to be brutally honest, but there's still honesty to it, and that's part of it. I guess I'll joke, and if you want to find the one positive, it's scored a run on the top of the first.
Yeah. Maybe this is something that fuels the Hawkeyes, but to turn around and play Bradley tomorrow. The 1-2 is just low, ball 2. The only positive from this game is what you could turn it into. The trajectory of the season or the week. Let's just start with the week.
I guess the thing that makes me nervous about that is we had that same conversation after game 1 on Friday.
Good point.
And here we are having that conversation 3 days later, 4 days later.
Runner takes off for second. Guerin swings and misses at the 2-2. And UIC's celebrating on the field, and that'll do it. It'll be a run rule. UIC beats Iowa today 14-3. We'll get into postgame right after this. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
Your husband is pretty handy to have around. He makes the world's best mac and cheese.
Lunch is ready.
He's in the Tickle Monster Hall of Fame. And he can teach anyone how to throw strikes. But a busted pipe and a basement full of water?
Honey, I think we need a plumber.
Is a little out of his league. That's where a homeowner's policy from Shelter Insurance comes in handy. We'll help get your house back in order and your husband back to what he does best.
Find an agent at shelterinsurance.com. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
We all love a good win. Catching up with friends, saving money at the pump, soaking up the perfect Iowa day, sitting down to a really, really good meal. These are the everyday delights that make us smile. These are the moments that connect us all as Iowans. And these are the wins that, more often than not, start with Iowa's farm families and the crop they're growing. Because when corn grows Iowa, Iowans win. Learn more about how to share your own wins at iowacorn.org/Iowans win.
UIC beats Iowa tonight in 7 innings, 14-3. Just no way to go about it. A tough night for the Hawkeyes. Got it going with a run in the first, but gave up 2 in the bottom of the first. UIC would score 2 in the third, 2 in the fourth, 6 in the fifth, 2 in the seventh. The Hawkeyes got 2 in the third along the way. Iowa with 3 runs on 5 hits, committed 3 errors in the field. 14 runs, 11 hits, 1 error in the field for UIC. John, just a thought on this one. We don't have too many highlights today.
I felt like when, even after UIC scored in the first, Iowa bounced back, got the 2 in the second, or the third, I'm sorry, to retake the lead. I thought, well, okay, they've kind of reestablished a norm. If Catilla can go out and get another 0, it's all good. And they just, well, as you can see, as you just rattled off, the Hawk pitchers they couldn't put up the 0. And so it was just kind of problem after problem there for the Hawkeyes.
Where does the team go from here? This is a little different feel than when we lost to Illinois State in the midweek, for example. We lost that one 5-3 and kind of gave it to them late. This one, Hawks just didn't really feel in it from the jump.
No, and that's, hindsight's pretty easy, but on the field before the game, it felt a little different that way. So we'll see how they bounce back and what they do. I mean, that's the test now is where do you go? The game hurts, but it doesn't devastate you yet. But we're we've pretty much blown through the margin for error at this point.
Right. And we'll get Bradley tomorrow at 6:05 at Duane Banks. You know, just the way you think about it, there's the mentality, flush it, move on. I don't know if this is going to sound maybe a little bit strange. I don't know if you want to flush it, move on. You got to let this one hurt. This can't be happening.
Coach Heller's not going to flush this one, promise you.
Okay.
This one's going to be he may not say a single word to anybody on the bus until they get to Iowa City, but they may not get off that bus in a real big hurry in Iowa City. There's going to be some soul searching asking for here, I would think.
All right, we'll take our final break of post game, and we'll come back and shut things down tonight. We got a couple of breaks to get through. We'll take our first one now. UIC wins it 14-3. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
At US Cellular, we believe in having healthy relationships with our phones, so we can have better relationships with each other. Introducing Us Mode, a way to set your phone for less distraction and deeper connection. So dinner can sound less like this and more like this.
What'd you learn today?
The sauropod was the tallest dinosaur ever.
Oh my goodness.
Visit US Cellular in-store or online, and we'll help set your phone to Us Mode, even if you're not a customer. US Cellular, the 5G network built for us. See uscellular.com for details.
At Oak Knoll, our mission is to provide exceptional retirement living and health services through life care. I'm Steve Rowe, Executive Director. We are a not-for-profit life plan community and have served Iowa City for more than 55 years. Our team helps residents create home by living our values of caring, respect, enthusiasm, awareness, teamwork, and encouragement. If you're looking at retirement options, visit our website at oakknoll.com. We want you to lead life your way. Go Hawks!
Just too many free bases tonight, and things got out of hand. UIC wins it 14-3. Hawkeyes are headed to the bus. We're going to head on home and get ready for our game with Bradley tomorrow. I think the game plan's a little bit different with the Braves now. Went through too many pitchers tonight.
Well, yeah, and you'll see Sav, you'll see Whitlock, you'll probably see Jared Simpson and Christofferson. You know, once the game got to where it got to, there was really no reason to risk those guys. You needed to make sure you had enough arms to get through tomorrow's game as well, and so keep those guys available and fresh for tomorrow and get after it again.
Well, for as cold as the pitching can be sometimes, it can be equally as hot, right? And so hoping that the Hawkeyes are hot tomorrow from the pitcher's mound when Bradley comes to town. Just looking over the stats right now, some offensive highlights, I guess. 2 hits for Keaton Anthony in 4 at-bats. He scored a run. Raider Tello with a good double to left. Seegers with a base hit. Frazier with a base hit. But just 5 hits for the Hawkeyes in total today.
1 hit, 1 walk in the last 4 innings.
Yeah.
I mean, that's again, we can critique the pitching, but the hitting's got some soul searching to do as well.
All right, we'll take our final break. We'll shut things down right after this. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
US Cellular, we believe in having healthy relationships with our phones, so we can have better relationships with each other. Introducing Us Mode, a way to set your phone for less distraction and deeper connection. So dinner can sound less like this and more like this.
What'd you learn today?
The sauropod was the tallest dinosaur ever.
Oh my goodness.
Visit US Cellular in-store or online, and we'll help set your phone to Us Mode, even if you're not a customer. US Cellular, the 5G network built for us. See uscellular.com for details.
After a cancer diagnosis, it's natural to want to start treatment right away. But first, get a second opinion from a team that specializes in your cancer. I'm Dr. George Weiner, Director of University of Iowa Holden Comprehensive Cancer Center. Before you start treatment, you deserve to be confident you have the right diagnosis and know every option available to you. So whether it's with us or somewhere else, get a second opinion. It can change your care and your life.
Well, no matter how you slice it tonight, not a great night for the Hawkeyes, falling to UIC 14-3 in 7 innings. The Hawks are now 25-10. UIC 15-18 overall. Flames win it 14-3. We'll be back tomorrow in Iowa City. First pitch against Bradley at 6:05. John and I will take the airwaves at 5:30 and look to right the ship and take down the Braves. All right, that'll do it for our coverage of Iowa Hawkeye baseball tonight. For my great board op down the line, Michael, great job. As always, Michael, really appreciate all the work you do. John Evans, my color analyst. I'm John Leo saying so long from Curtis Granderson Field in Chicago. UIC wins it 14-3. Every day's a great day to be a Hawkeye. Some are a little bit better than others. So long, everybody.
Hawkeye Baseball has been brought to you by Homewood and Home 2 Suites, preferred hotel of the Hawkeye Radio Network, Iowa's corn farmers of the Iowa Corn Growers Association, and the Iowa Corn Promotion Board. When corn grows Iowa, Iowans win. Oak Knoll, an active life care community. University of Iowa Healthcare, changing medicine, changing lives. And by Wimmer's Meats, the official hot dog of the Hawkeyes. The preceding has been a Learfield presentation on the Hawkeye Sports Network.